Brenda is the love of my life, my wife, my best friend. We were looking forward to those golden years. Then came a horrifying surprise. It started with the weakening of her limbs and the slurring of her speech. And so it was, she was diagnosed with ALS, otherwise known as Lou Gehrig's disease. As Brenda's symptoms got worse and she couldn't be left alone, I took early retirement from my job and became her primary caregiver. But then we started facing another problem. The bills for her treatment and her medications started to mount. As we searched for other ways to reduce expenses, I realized that our premiums we're paying on Brenda's life insurance policy was another strain on our budget. So I reached out to a friend of mine who was a financial advisor and asked for her advice.
When Glenn reached out to me, it was the perfect timing because I had recently attended a seminar given by Robin Weinberger of Life Insurance Settlements Incorporated on what to do with the life insurance policy that a client no longer needs, wants, or can afford. What I learned is that unfortunately, many seniors are unaware that a life insurance policy is their personal property. That means that they can sell it in a secondary market. This kind of transaction is called a life settlement, and it can be a smart alternative to simply lapsing or surrendering a life insurance policy. Selling a policy can be an immediate source of cash. So I reached out to Robin and explained Glenn and Brenda's story and that they had taken out a $100,000 universal life insurance policy on Brenda, but that they could no longer afford the premiums. The policy was about to lapse and they were going to get nothing for it.
Robin looked into Brenda's health condition and recommended to me that rather than sell her policy, that our best option would be to find some way to pay the premiums and keep the policy in force, as Brenda's life expectancy was only a few years. But the truth was that I didn't want to ask my friends or family for money and keep paying the premiums. And I really needed cash today so that I could renovate the bathroom of our new condo to make it wheelchair accessible. I told Robin that getting money now was way more important than getting money after Brenda passed away. The idea of selling Brenda's life insurance policy was an interesting yet puzzling idea at first. But Robin explained that life settlements have been around for a long time, are safe and regulated transactions, and mentioned that her firm was a member of the Life Insurance Settlement Association, a nonprofit group that educates seniors like me about options if we can no longer afford a life insurance policy. A short time later, Robin's firm was able to sell Brenda's life insurance policy for $58,000 in a life settlement transaction. That money made a truly meaningful difference in our lives.
If you are struggling financially and have a life insurance policy you feel you no longer need or can afford, you are not alone. Learn about your options at www.lisa.org and discover a new hope for retirement.